Hey, I'm trying to actually do a 5 years review on my Spyderco paramilitary 2. As you can see, this one is the paramilitary 2. It's made in US, in Golden, Colorado, USA aired, and it's S30V steel. The blade is about 3.5 inches. I'm driving right now, as you can see. I'm driving, so I'm doing this review when I'm driving. I'm supposed to not, drive and play with my knife, but I always do it because it's fun, especially with these PM2s. They are very fun to actually use and handle. So I have this one for about, I would say, 4 years now, 4.5 years, and I use this thing almost every day. But look how nicely it holds up. There's no scratches, nothing like that. Actually, I used to be a first responder, so I needed my knife. I need a good knife, and I was familiar with Spyderco, so I went to Cabela's and I see this one there. So about 4 or 5 years before, it was like 152. Now it's like 160, maybe 170, I think. Back then it was like 150 that I pay for this one, which is not bad at all for the quality and everything. But the one thing I have to say about this one, okay, I don't like the tip up carry, like this way. I like the tip down carry, because when I put my hand in my pocket and the knife is all open like this or something, I don't cut my hand. If it's like this, I can cut my hand. So I prefer that. That's the one I like, the tip down carry on this one. The blade, like the sharpness, I'll be honest with you, I never sharpened this knife. In the 5 years I carried this one, I never sharpened it. I had this one with me when I was traveling all over the United States. I went to Mexico, I had this one with me, with no problem at all. No rust on it, anything. The only rust I ever had was here in the jimping. But you can easily use this little solution. You can buy it for like $3 at Walmart, and you can use that to actually soak it and clean that out. But the compression lock on this one is so weird. It drops so freely. The centering on this one is perfect. I mean, 99% perfect, which is very kind of, some of the Para 2s, PM2s, whatever, they sometimes have a little slide to the right side, centering on, but this one is actually perfect dead center. I never tighten it up, I never tightened the pivot, screws, nothing like that. I only actually put a red Loctite or blue Loctite. You can put in the screws. I put a red Loctite because I don't change my clips, so I was like, okay, it's gonna be permanent. I want it this way. But this knife, for 5 years of owning it, I'm very happy with it, because me personally, I cut everything with my knife. Okay, I cut food, I cut like opening boxes, mail, I cut wood. I build a shelter if I have to, because it was camping and stuff like that. Maybe like a wood fire for your fire when you camp. I use knife for that. I use knife for skinning game. I use my knife for actually kind of technically. I use it, the last time I used my knife was actually today to eat some chicken. I use the thing for everything, but this one holds the best. The only problem you may have is the size. Let's say if you live in a city or a state, country, whatever, but you cannot have 3.5, you can only have 3-inch knife. This is gonna be a problem because it's 3.5 inches. But you can get the Para 3, the new Para 3 from Spyderco, which is 3 inches, or you can get the little native. That's what I'm getting, the little native, because I live in the state of Georgia. We have very free laws. You can have anything that's less than 12 inches, and you can freely carry it open, concealed, with no issues. So I don't have any issues with having a bigger blade. But because I used to be a first responder, most state, even most countries will actually lean me out any trouble. If you show you, that you was a first responder ID to them, you should be fine with any knife you carry. Most of the places I go, I never had a problem with this one. I was in New York City, out there in New York City, the cops, all these police officers out there let me go. I was in Chicago, I got stopped once, with this one, and they let me go. So I think it's just, if you ever was a first responder, you may have a little leeway out there, out of carrying a knife. I'll be honest with you. That's what I personally see it. But it's only on your responsibility to actually, you want to push it that way, yeah, you can do that. But I will not advise that. Okay, it's just me. I like to carry my knife everywhere, including out of country. So yeah. But they have these in like multiple colors, multiple steels, from let's say 100, let's say I think 40 now, like the basic version like this one, to up to $300-400 for PM2. That's like a Rex 45 or M4s, whatever. They have like different sprint runs and stuff like that. But for me, what I use it for, this basic one actually will do that. But I also like the DigiCamo ones. Now maybe I'm gonna pick up one later on, but I own two knives. I own Spyderco Delica, that's full stainless steel. I buy it probably like 2007, that's my first Spyderco, and I have this one. This one I carry every day. My Delica, actually my wife just sold it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, so she's using it now. But I'm using this one every day for the last 4.5 years. I never have issue with this one. But also, these knives, as you can see, you can actually, when you flick your wrist, like you see, sometimes they come out. So let's say in New York City, when they have the gravity knife lab that just actually changed this year, I'm happy for that. You could have go to jail for actually being able to do that. So if you, let's say, travel with your knife, make sure you buy something, let's say like the Little Native or the UKPK. So it's not like that much of a weapon, but it's still like capable of being, good, useful tool, because knife is not a weapon, it's always a tool. So yes, it can be a best weapon you can ever have if you have no firearm or nothing else, just a knife on you. Yes, it can save your life. But I'm saying, I've been into multiple car accidents, had to cut lots of seatbelts in my life, and I tell you this. I'd rather have something like this that's locks than actually like UKPK, because yes, it's a perfect knife, but who the hell carries a kind of, knife that does not lock, like a slip joint, it's not practical, because the knife can close on you, which if you're actually a good user, as my grandpa taught me, back when I was actually still a little kid in Europe, because I'm originally from Europe, he taught me that you have to have a knife safety, like a gun safety, you have a knife safety, cut from your body, and stuff like that. And also he always uses a slip joint, so I know that slip joint can be safe knife if you use it safe way. But I prefer having my locked, because if you have to use it in a self-defense, even including against an animal, or you do some hard work, you better have a lock on that thing, okay? Because it will close on you one day by an accident, and you can lose your finger or very badly cut yourself. And you don't want to cut yourself when you, let's say, in a survival situation, or you're out in the woods, and stuff like that. You really don't want to do that, because then you have to actually stop the bleeding, or you have a finger cut, you can die, from it, bleeding out or something. You don't really want that. You see? Today is not traffic, it surprised me. There's no traffic today. And I live in Atlanta, so yeah, there's traffic every day. But I'm saying, this is a very good knife, I definitely agree, with people that this is the best ADC knife on the market today. And it served me well for the past 5 years, so I would definitely buy another one if I have to. But I think but the only thing I want to also say on the end, you see that little bit tip right there? The thing is, these tips, they may break. I never had one. Actually, I did have one before that break on me. It was on the PM2 that I had before this one. I had one before this one. I had it for like 3 days until I have to return it back to Cabela's, because the tip snapped on me when I was opening a box. I think it was a bad steel or something. So yeah, I returned it. They gave me this one, and since then, this one holds perfectly fine. And I use it every single day. It's not like, I have someone in a travel or my glow box in my car. I just carry this everywhere except government buildings, and stuff like that. But otherwise, I carry even on the cruise. So this is a very good deal for the money. And it's made in the USA. So yeah, I'm very patriotic, so I like US made products. So this is definitely, if I see this, when it says USA, I'm grabbing it, no matter what is the price tag on it. That's what my opinion is, because I don't like Chinese products, I cannot stand them. I just don't say, all Chinese products are bad. No, I don't say that. What I'm saying is I prefer US made, including firearms. Yes, I will pick up a CZ, I will pick up maybe like a Benelli shotgun, yes, not a problem, but I prefer US made stuff. That's me. But thank you for watching, and definitely go and buy yourself a PM2 from Spyderco. It's worth it. For the price tag of 140, plus tax, it's definitely worth it. It will serve you good. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and leave a comment.